Have you ever felt like no matter what you achieve, no matter how much progress you make, something inside you still feels unsettled? In an age of endless distractions, where every scroll promises fulfillment but delivers anxiety, one question remains: can true peace really be found? Today, I'm diving deep into the timeless wisdom of Thomas Aquinas, a man who lived over 700 years ago, yet somehow understood the modern human struggle for peace better than many do today. So join me as I explore how his teachings on faith, reason, and purpose might help us find real, lasting serenity, not by escaping the chaos of life, but by transforming how we meet it. Thomas Aquinas wasn't just a philosopher, he was a bridge builder. A 13th century Dominican friar, theologian, and scholar, Aquinas sought to reconcile two worlds that seemed opposed: the spiritual and the rational. In his era, many believed that faith and logic couldn't coexist. But Aquinas thought differently. He believed that reason is the pathway that leads to faith, and faith is the light that gives reason its ultimate meaning. And in a world where many of us are constantly pulled between what we believe and what we see, his ideas are more relevant than ever. Let's be honest. Peace feels harder to find today than ever before. We live in an era of constant stimulation. Notifications, headlines, and expectations chase us 24/7. Our minds are wired for survival, not serenity. We compare our lives to others, seek validation online, and consume information faster than our hearts can process it. But beneath all this noise lies something ancient, the same longing Aquinas felt centuries ago. A desire to understand why we exist and how we can live with meaning. When we feel anxious, lost, or disconnected, we're not weak, we're human. And according to Aquinas, that restlessness is actually a clue. Aquinas believed that peace isn't merely the absence of problems. It's not found in running away from struggle. It's found in aligning ourselves with something higher, something that integrates the mind and the soul. He wrote that peace is the tranquility of order. That means when our thoughts, actions, and beliefs are harmonized, when reason and faith coexist, we experience a sense of spiritual equilibrium. Inner peace, then, isn't passive. It's an active process of bringing clarity to confusion and trust to uncertainty. In today's world, faith often feels outdated, while reason is glorified as the only truth. But Aquinas challenges that idea. He saw faith and reason as two wings of the same bird, both essential for flight. Faith elevates reason beyond what logic alone can explain. Reason keeps faith grounded in truth. If you rely only on reason, life can feel cold and mechanical. If you rely only on faith, life can drift into confusion or superstition. But together, they create balance, the kind that leads to inner harmony. Aquinas deeply respected human intelligence, but he also knew its limits. There are questions logic can't answer. Why do we suffer? What happens after death? Why do we crave meaning more than pleasure? When we reach those limits, faith steps in, not as blind belief, but as trust. Trust that there's a purpose behind what we can't yet understand. And here's the secret. When you stop demanding that life always makes sense, you open yourself to peace. Not because everything is perfect, but because you accept that imperfection is part of the design. Faith isn't weakness, it's courage. It's choosing hope when despair feels more logical. It's choosing meaning when the world tells you nothing matters.
Aquinas reminds us that belief isn't about closing your eyes, it's about opening your heart. And in that opening, peace can enter. When you trust that your path has purpose, even when it's uncertain, you stop fighting the current and start moving with it. That's where peace lives.
So how can we live this out today? Start small. Integrate reflection with action. Use reason to understand your emotions rather than be ruled by them. Use faith to hold on to hope when reason alone feels powerless. Practice stillness, not to escape life, but to meet it more consciously. Align your choices with what feels morally and spiritually right, not just convenient. Aquinas would tell us, peace doesn't come from control, it comes from coherence. When what you think, what you feel, and what you believe all move in the same direction, peace naturally follows. Aquinas taught that our ultimate purpose, our final cause, is union with the divine. But even if you don't frame it in religious terms, this means living with alignment to higher values: truth, compassion, integrity, love. When you live for something larger than yourself, your daily struggles shrink in proportion. The mind finds calm when it knows why it exists. So inner peace isn't found in withdrawal, it's found in living purposefully, with the confidence that your life has meaning beyond the moment. If you've been searching for peace, maybe it's time to stop searching outside yourself. Aquinas shows us that peace begins when faith and reason, heart and mind, stop fighting and start cooperating. So take a moment today. Reflect. Think deeply. Believe boldly. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. How do you balance logic and faith in your daily life? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for weekly insights, and share this message with someone who needs a little calm in their chaos. Because peace isn't found, it's built.